Welcome back, guys. In this video, we'll edit our sign-up routes. So I advise you to create a new branch and push any changes we're making in this section to avoid maybe when you want to switch between AWS and custom setup of authentication. So let's get right there. I'm going to delete basically everything we've done before, and I'll just delete big scripts because it's not needed for now. Then I'll delete UUID for now. And I'll also delete Event Manager because AWS will be handling all the email sending to our users' email provided during the sign-up process. So I'll go ahead and import Cognito user pool, Cognito user attribute, from Amazon-Cognito-identity-js. Then the next line, I'll import the AWS user pool from the util directory. That's the previous video we just handled. Then in our handler, I'll create the structured variable and assign it to our requested body, email, and password. Then the next line, I'll create const attribute equals to open an array, new Cognito user attribute, parentheses, curly braces, and I'll set name to email. Then the value will be email. Then going onwards, I'll just come out of the array and create another variable. So I'll start by typing const AWS user pool.signup. Then I'll open parentheses, email, password, and attributes, comma, then null, comma, then the callback function, which is an async function that will take some arguments such as error and AWS results. Then I'll call my arrow function and hit enter on my curly braces. Once that's done, I'll close the parentheses and set my conditions. Remember, guys, I have Tab9 Pro plugin installed, so that's what makes me type faster sometimes throughout this course. If there's error, console log error. Otherwise, res.send status.400.json with a message unable to sign up. Please try again. Mind you, you can check up HTTP codes to better understand each number we're using throughout this course. So the next line will be const user equals to new user. No, basically that user is supposed to be a user that creates. Yes, we're trying to create a user in the database, but I'm just trying to look at where my error is coming from. But before that, I'll create a starting info. Remind you, our starting info is basically what displays on the page. Starting info equals to favorite city. I'll set that to empty string, comma, profession. I'll set that also to empty string, comma, bio. I also set that to empty string. Then in this place, I'll change it to results. That was the suggestion from my Tab9 Pro. I'll change the new to await. It will now be user. Let me just delete that and type it all afresh. User.create. Then I'll set the email to email, then password to password. I'll format my document. And what else do I need to do here? So basically, the info, I'll set the info to starting info. Yes, because we have info in our database. Then out of the results, I'll do const inserted ID equals to the results. I'm destructuring inserted ID from the results. Then I'll do a JWT that sign from parentheses and curly braces and hit enter. ID, we'll set that to inserted ID is verified. We'll set that to false, comma. Email, we'll set email, don't need to set that. Info, we'll set that to starting info. Then after that, hit comma, process.env.jwt_secrets, comma, then expires in which will be in a curly braces. The expiration will be 3 days. Then our callback function, which will take arguments of error and token. If there's an error, we just love to return a status code to the client. Yes, if there's an error, we basically just return res.status. I think res.send status. Okay, res.send status 500. Then if there's no error, res.status 200.json, and our curly braces will set our token there. So yes, I think our sign up route is looking nice, looking good. So I'm just going to change a few things here. It's called my terminal is complaining of certain thing. I'll change this to require. Okay, it's complaining of my node fetch. You can pause this video to see, copy and paste what I'm doing. I'll just dynamically import my node fetch instead of what I did earlier in my AWS.user pool. Then in this pool data, I'll just cut that and define my pool data directly in my AWS pool. I don't know why my terminal is not seeing it. Then it might still giving me, okay, still loading. Okay, I think I'm making a mistake. Let me check my env file. Okay, it's AWS_user pool. Yes, AWS_user pool ID. So I'll just come here in the prefix AWS and caps lock _ user pool, then AWS_ID. Then I think AWS_identity pool 2. Yes, and I'll save that. Pardon my typo errors. You can always pause this video at any junction to understand, copy and paste. Make sure my code aligns with yours so that you see the expected outputs as you're seeing in my screen. So another thing I want to do, my node fetch, I'm going to uninstall this version. So npm uninstall node fetch, and I'm going to install an older version. You can check that. I run into some errors. I had to pause the video and uninstall that. I'm installing an older version, solve my problem. That's version 2. npm install node fetch at version 2, then I'll run that npm run dev, and you'll see that I won't be having any other error. See you guys in the next video.